these are the requirements that you need to have in order to date me, a single mom of 3 kids. Number 1 is that you need to be making at least 130K a year, and you need to have at least 2 side hustles. If you cannot make 130K or more, then you are out of my league. How do you expect to give me money for my kids if you only make 50K a year? Second is, I don't date men that are younger than me because for obvious reasons. So if you are 26 and over, then you qualify. I'm 26, I'm a baby, so yeah. You have to have at least 3 cars under your name. Your second car has to have 8 seats because I have 3 kids. So I want them to be comfortable whenever we go with you on a trip or something. You want me to come with you, I'm gonna bring my kids, and you need to have enough space for my kids. Another requirement is that you have to have a property under your name, and you have to be looking into getting your second property. Have to get a home that has 6 rooms because each of my kids have to be in their own room. So you have to be considerate. Purchase a house that has 6 rooms because that's only common sense. Like
26 with 3 kids, you should be begging a man to even talk to you. Women with kids should have 0 requirements. The only requirement is someone who will accept and treat their child decently. That's it. I make over 130K. Here are the requirements that a single mother of 3 needs to be able to date me. 1. Don't be a single mother of 3. 2. That is all. Where were all these conditions before she had 3 kids? She's not out here looking for a man. She's recruiting an Uber driver, a chef, a therapist, and a full-time sponsor, all rolled into one poor soul with a paycheck. It's like strolling into a 5-star restaurant, dropping a greasy bag of fries on the table, and demanding they serve you steak. She wants to outsource fatherhood and bill it to the next man. You want a provider? Cool. But can he at least get a childless peace of mind in return? Or is he just signing up to do financial CPR on a family that's already halfway through a Netflix series without him? Guys, welcome to the raw, unfiltered truth about modern dating. We're diving deep into the chaos of today's romantic scene, breaking down the wild, the cringe, and the straight-up absurd moments from viral videos. No sugarcoating, just real talk and sharp reactions to expose what's really going on out there. Buckle up. It's time to kick things off.
I have seen videos on the internet for years about how men treat women differently if the woman is deemed to be ugly by societal standards, or if the woman is aging. And I feel like I'm in this weird phase because I am in my 40s, I'm getting older, and I am noticing that men are treating me differently, they don't want to hold the door open for me as much because, I don't know, I'm not as cute as I used to be. I'm not as hot as I used to be. I'm not quite sure. Men can answer that question for you because I'm not a man. I wouldn't know. But I am starting to notice that men are starting to treat me differently, and it's so weird and like humbling. Also, from like a former hot girl, if you want to say, MILF, if you want to say,
She's 40 now, invisible to the same men who once chased her like she was handing out PS5s. She says, men used to open doors for me. Let's be honest, they weren't opening doors for you, they were opening them for your looks. That wasn't chivalry, that was thirst in a 3-piece suit. You think it's sad being ignored at 40? Try being ignored at 18, 28, or 38, unless you hit the gym, make 6 figures, and own a golden retriever named Max. Most men live their entire lives in the shadow realm. No attention, no compliments, no free drinks, not even a text back unless we're delivering food or fixing Wi-Fi. This isn't sexism, it's nature. Beauty fades, status builds. Welcome to level 1 of manhood.
Men certainly have a longer shelf life. Men can play the sexy lead for 20 years longer than we can.
That's just because it's mostly dudes in charge who are deciding that.
It's lazy thinking across all industries. What industry do women receive equal pay for equal work?
Well, across all fields, women are generally paid 21% less than men.
What can you do to change that?
Talk about it, make people aware of it. I mean, that was all I felt like I could do.
This is a theory that was debunked several times. Let's look at Uber, where everything's equal, right? No boss, no sexist manager, just you, the app, and the road. And guess what? Men still make more money. Not because the app is sexist, not because of discrimination, but because men drive faster, drive longer hours, pick at risky neighborhoods, and work peak surge times like 2 a.m. when Karen is too drunk to find her heels. Women, on the other hand? Many avoid late nights, avoid rough areas, and take fewer long-distance rides, which is fair, it's about safety. But then don't say the system is unfair when the difference in pay comes from a difference in choices. That's the Uber theory. When you remove all bias and level the playing field, men still earn more, not because they're better, but because they grind differently. So no, men don't get more, they sacrifice more. And in a world that keeps shouting equality, funny how it only counts when the outcome is the same, not the effort.
For those ladies trying to avoid galantines, they're getting down to the studs, so to speak, searching for love in an unexpected place.
Ladies, no joke, Home Depot is where you go if you want to meet a man.
I just deleted all my dating apps, and now I'm becoming in your pumpkin code to find my next husband.
You live in Iowa specifically where single men are?
Here I am at Home Depot for the third time this month. No husbands in sight.
Okay, that is funny.
Well, I think the hardware they're seeking is not in aisle 3. You know, this is an in-store pickup that I don't think they're going to...
I think everyone has noticed how Home Depot has become the safari of husband hunting. You'll see these women wandering through the power tools aisle like it's Tinder for tradesmen. They're in their 40s, 50s, freshly divorced, or just tired of dating Chad who only owns a ring light and a podcast. Now they're scoping out men who own tools, fix fences, and don't scream when the Wi-Fi goes down. They also don't know a damn thing about drill bits, but they do know Bob in aisle 12 has some impressive forearms and he can lift lumber and their emotional baggage. These women gave up on yoga studios and Whole Foods. Now it's all about finding a man who owns a ladder, a pension, and can fix a leaky faucet without crying. And the guys, they're clueless, just trying to find a washer for a leaking pipe while Susan's over here acting like it's the Bachelorette Power Drill edition. So guys, if she's wearing lip gloss in the paint section and isn't holding a cart, she's not here for color swatches. She's here to lock down a man who can assemble IKEA without instructions or therapy. Welcome to Home Depot, where the only thing more dangerous than a table saw is a woman who's tired of dating apps and one-night stands.
Men will never settle, so why should you? As a divorce lawyer, I've spent years listening to what breaks relationships apart, and what I've learned is that men rarely settle. They don't lower their standards for peace, they don't shrink their goals to make someone else comfortable, they don't stay in something that doesn't serve them just because time has passed. Yet women are taught to do exactly that, to compromise until there's nothing left of who they were, to convince themselves it's mature to accept less than they need, to stay just because they've already invested years, even when those years were lonely. We tell women to be more understanding, to be more patient, to be more forgiving. But where is the conversation telling women to be more discerning? You were not put here to play life coach, babysitter, or rehab for someone's emotional immaturity. You were not designed to love someone through their potential while putting your own dreams on pause. You were not born to settle just because he has a good job, a clean car, and the bare minimum ability to communicate.
All right, so this divorce lawyer has a TikTok wisdom and a master's degree in convincing women to ruin their own lives. See, what she won't tell you is that she thrives on your heartbreak. She wants to see you divorced, delusional, and dropping a $400 an hour to be told that you deserve more. Meanwhile, stats don't lie. Women initiate nearly 80% of divorces. That's not empowerment. That's a group project where Karen decided to delete the whole assignment because the font wasn't romantic enough. Meanwhile, the lawyer? She's driving a Benz to her third divorce court appointment of the week like it's a spin class. She doesn't believe in happily ever after. She believes in billing hours. Meanwhile, you're on Facebook sharing quotes like, maybe the right one got away so the wrong one could teach me to heal. No, Brenda, he got away because you listened to a lawyer who profits every time a happy marriage dies. So next time a lawyer tells you to choose yourself, ask her if she chose herself before or after she divorced her second husband and started dating her barista named Kyle.
I found out my best friend was one of my husband's sugar babies. It was really hard, but really hard because I trusted this girl so much and I kicked everyone out of my life except for her. But anyways, this girl, I really loved her. I adored her. I went out of my way to clean her house when she had her boob job and raved about her and told her how proud I am of her, being a single mother and doing this all on her own. Told her everything, and she was sleeping with my ex.
She leaves her husband, right, says she's choosing peace and aligning with her higher self, the usual modern script that the majority of them use when leaving their spouse. He's probably a good man, stable, loyal, maybe a little boring, but boring doesn't sell on Instagram. She wants adventure, passion, and a man who journals his emotions while holding her waist in Bali. A few months after she left, she finds out her best friend is now her ex-husband's sugar baby. Not his wife, his sugar baby. She didn't even shoot for the same title, just came in for the direct deposit. The same woman who was wiping her tears and holding her hand during the breakup is now wiping barbecue sauce off her man's beard in Ibiza. You can't make this stuff up.